Hello, and welcome to A Word of Hope for Monday of the 22nd week of Ordinary Time. I'm Brother Joe Trout, and at the request of Father Scott, who is standing behind the camera right now, he's asked for a little bit more Shakespeare since I began back months ago with some quotes from Hamlet, and so that I can at least please one audience member. I'd like to start with a little bit from Act 2 of Hamlet, and this is right after Hamlet's just watched part of a Greek tragedy played out, and he's reflecting on this. And he says, "What a rogue and pleasant slave am I! Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit that from her working all his visage wand, tears in his eyes, distraction in his aspect, a broken voice, and all his functions suiting with forms to his conceit, and all for nothing, for Hecuba. What is Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do had he the motive and cue for passion that I have? He would drown the stage with tears." And so on he goes. And Hamlet is struck by this notion that these actors can so portray, passion and intensity, a fake drama, and his actually dramatic life doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. In the gospel today, Jesus opens up this scroll of Isaiah. "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to bring glad tidings to the poor." And he says, today, this passage is fulfilled in your hearing. This is a real drama. He's not portraying anything. He's not putting on a show. And St. Paul says the same thing to the Corinthians. He didn't come with wise words. He didn't come to manipulate them. He came to present the power of God, the actions of Christ, the passion, death, and resurrection of Christ that gives us real freedom. And it's a true story. I think it's easy to forget that baptism and confirmation, we are anointed with the same Spirit. We are also called to be prophets, to prophesy the working of God. To live out this life of suffering, death, and resurrection, to proclaim that the mercy, the love of God has actually triumphed and gives us real freedom in this life. It's a pretty intimidating call. And I'd say what keeps me grounded as prophet, preacher of Christ is that we're not asked to be Shakespeare. God hasn't asked any of us to be brilliant orators, to be great actors, putting on a stage, putting a show on a stage for everyone to watch, but to live the drama of Christ. So in a way to think about it, kind of our question for today is this. To be a prophet of Christ means that when people encounter us, they really shouldn't be asking, what is Jesus Christ to them or them to Jesus Christ? But rather we should invite them to ask, what is Jesus Christ to me? And what am I to him? Thank you and have a blessed day.